What's going on, everybody? This is the second installment of the long form interview style where we here at the LTS Pod are bringing you the best and brightest of young athletes all across the country, starting off right here at home at FAMU. And we got one of the best up and coming bigs in the South right now, man. JD Eatman, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. So we talked a little bit before the interview started, and through my research, I found out that you started where I started, man. I got my start at FSCJ. Tell me a little bit about that.
FSCJ was cool. They really just let me be me. The teachers were very helpful.
Yeah.
It was cool.
And so I'm glad you said let you be you because when we talked a little bit about Coach Frank, man, very old school guy, very old school
Yeah,
guy.
back
Uh,
to the basket type bigs.
absolutely,
That's it every time
absolutely.
we come down.
Yeah. So I was gonna get into that a little bit later, but I'm glad that you said it. Just kick it right off. You know what I'm saying? So, what really influenced you to play like that, back to the basket, especially with transitioning now to where basketball is going? Who influenced you? Who did you watch growing up that inspired you to have your play style that you do?
I know, well, like obvious, like Shaq, Tim Duncan, people like that. But it
Mhm.
kind of just came more with like when I was in high school. Like my coach was like, "You bigger than everybody. It's more successful for you to just play like this." So I kind of watched guys like that, and then just try to develop that type of game.
For sure. So I'm sure it was you were right at home in Coach Frank's system.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me about that. Going to his system and kind of having, especially you're on the floor, man. Kind of the offense kind of being centered around you. And what was that transition like going to other organizations where they play more of a modern style of basketball?
Um, I mean, I won't say this. It was a cool offense, like cause like we ran a lot of sets, but like it was kind of a tough transition to switch from that to like the more modern style. We don't run as many sets. You shoot more jump shots, but like at the time and then it kind of worked for us too because my first year we were third in the conference, and then my second year we made the conference tournament. So I
Mhm.
mean, it was pretty good, but it was kind of like a little difficult switching from that style of play to a more modern style of play. So
Yeah. I mean, if you look at where you were then and where you are now, those are two completely
yeah.
different ideologies of basketball. Coach Cray likes to shoot that three. We live and die by the three. He says it in the post game interviews often. So yeah, it's really interesting how different philosophies of the game can still lead to success depending on where you are and depending on what guys you have.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you told me about so you've been playing back to the basket style for a while, but when did you start playing?
I started playing in the eighth grade. They like, cause I never wanted to play sports. They tried to get me to play football. I said no, and then it was like my mama made me go to like my middle school basketball trials, and I wasn't even trying to make the team. I was just missing layups and stuff. So, but
Like
then I,
intentionally missing layups?
yeah, so like, but I'm the biggest person out there, so they gonna make me go.
Yeah.
And like my high school, like my first high school practice, I kind of ducked that one. Like I eased my way out of it, so I didn't have to go. So like
Okay.
I never like I really didn't want to play sports, but like because I was so big, like I had to do something. And when I started to actually like it, I started taking more serious. So
Yeah, for sure. You couldn't be out here 6'10" and not doing like, come on, bro. I would have been mad.
but my high school coach, he'd be like, "You're gonna be 6'10". I'm gonna pull up at churches and tell you put an extra pepper in my box for me. You like you can't have you out here. You like they don't make clothes big enough for 6'10" people to be working regular jobs. So
That's real though. And
yeah.
and look at where you at now, man. Look at where you at. Hey, that's real. That's real. So you say you weren't really interested in sports. What were your interests in when you weren't playing sports?
Video games, YouTube, nothing really. Like I just
Just
I was
being
just
a kid.
game
Just being a kid.
like, but
Yeah,
then they would like just do something. So I just started playing basketball.
for sure. What video games you into?
Right now,
Yeah.
uh, what do I play? Red Dead. I don't play GTA no more. I be playing like a lot of story mode games, like The Last of Us, Red Dead. I might play like a story mode of Call of Duty, but if that I get bored fast playing it.
That's real. That's real. I could never play a shooter game.
Yeah,
Game
I
gonna
get
be
bored
over
on.
real quick.
Cause like I try to tell other people like just play other video games other than 2K and Call of Duty and Madden
Yeah.
nowadays.
Yeah, I'm personally a sports guy. If I can't, if anything that involve a gun, even if it's Call of Duty, even if it's Red Dead, I can't. it just seems it's too much for me. It's overstimulating. I can't. I remember one time I was playing. What was it? It was Call of Duty, and I was instead of learning and like sitting through the tutorial, I just hopped straight online.
Yeah,
Worst mistake ever.
yeah, man.
I
You gonna learn the hard way
would.
like that.
Yeah, I did. Trust me, I did. I learned the hard way. So you say you was always a big man. Were you ever kind of did you ever think like, man, I wish I could play, I wish I could kind of be a Carl Anthony Towns or something like that? Or were you just more focused on this is what's working and this is how I'm gonna be successful?
Uh, yeah, kind of. But then, like I said, all right, I can't just like play to the basket the entire time. I gotta like be able to shoot a jump. So like I worked on like my mid range and stuff like a little post fade away, like
Yeah.
just different varieties like of moves that just have. So I wouldn't just play back to the basket.
Mhm. For sure, for sure, for sure. So yeah, I'm sure and like we touched on before, Coach Frank definitely, if you didn't have any other coach, Coach Frank was gonna have you on that post.
Oh
No
yeah,
question about it. No question about it. So transitioning from FSCJ, going to Lawson State, well, how was what was your experience there?
it was a great experience. Coach Carter helped me like. Coach Carter was the reason, like one of the reasons I got to this level. Because when I came there, he told me I'm gonna get you to the next level, and he could. When I first went to Lawson, I was like 280. I dropped to like 240. Like
Wow,
he really had me working. Like Coach Carter got yeah.
that's hard, man.
Yeah.
That's hard. That's
And like
hard.
we
And
kind
you,
of played like with more than like back to the basket, but then he was like, we trying to like get you like in more shape, get you more condition. So we ran a lot too. Like we got up and down a lot too in our offense.
that's hard, man. So it sounds like Coach Carter was very influential, and you
Yeah,
getting to the next level. That's what's up, man. You love to see coaches who pour into their players and is worried about their development as opposed to just a win-loss record. You know,
yeah.
that's the types of coaches that we want to see. So shout out Coach Carter for sure.
Oh yes.
What went into your decision to choose FAMU?
It was really McCullum, man. He just made it feel like it would be home here. It was yeah. He made it feel yeah. He just made it feel like a great place to be in general. Like with the culture of FAMU, all of that. Like just
Yeah.
playing here, he made it feel like it would be just great to play here. So like I said, why not?
Absolutely, absolutely, and I'm sure you. I mean, with the recent success of the season, I think you made the right decision for sure. Tell me. So speaking of the recent success, just to kind of give people a background, This season was the first season where we had a SWAC tournament win in the history of the program. Coach Curry helped bring a lot of wins to the team. We had a SWAC Player of the Year, who is actually we're gonna bring that up a little bit later, but just a
Yeah,
lot of. I think we went 13 and 16.
yeah. And we had a newcomer of the year too.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So a lot of success this season, man. Tell me about being able to kind of see that transition of success and what was that like for you?
Um, it felt great because like you just like from the beginning, like we start off, we play high majors, those games ain't really go too well, but it's like from that from that time, like just watching the guys you with just work hard, like just buy into the system, put everything they got on the line just for this one season. Like and then you know how the transfer portal is, there's no telling how long guys are gonna be with each other. And for like guys to like just buy in and give everything they got for this season, I mean it felt kind of good.
No, absolutely, absolutely, and I'm glad you brought that up actually, because speaking on the transfer portal, as a guy who's been through the process yourself, and as we were talking about the SWAC Player of the Year, Sterling Young, he's entered the portal. A lot of moving pieces nowadays. What's your opinion on the portal, and just kind of what does that mean for collegiate, not just necessarily basketball, but collegiate athletics as a whole?
My opinion on it. I mean, there's a lot of good and bad to it because some people can think they're the player that they are and go into it and then end up getting stuck there or in a worse situation than before. But
Yeah,
it's a lot of good to it though. Like some people find better situations to be in, like uh, and like I kind of talk about this a lot. I really don't like. There's no telling with the way the transfer portal and NIL is. Like, there's really no way to like determine what collegiate sports will look like in like even 5 years from now.
right, right,
Like,
right, right. Because there's so much change, because so
yeah,
much is shifting and moving. You can't. It's really hard to project anything.
yeah,
I, maybe not even to go five, not even to go 10, maybe 5 years ago, it was a lot easier to project what teams will look like because you'll say, okay, this guy's a junior, he's coming back. This guy's a
Yeah, and just up
sophomore,
the next year.
and now you got to see who you can get from the portal. Or this guy said he's going to be coming back. Hopefully, it's just so
Yeah.
much in the air. It's so much in the air. And so I've been meaning to ask this to an athlete. Is it possible? Do you think it's possible for players to get almost too much power in this system, as opposed to this? Because we were recently in a time where schools had complete control over their organizations, even though the athletes were making all of the money. But do you think it's possible that athletes maybe getting too much power and have too much say in what's going on?
Um, I don't really think so because it's all like it all depends on like the coach that brings you in. Like, is he gonna like give you that power? Like I don't
Mm,
really think no coach gonna let you have more power over. Like you can say you want all this and NIL and do all this and that, but at the end of the day, it's on your coach. Like some
uh,
coaches might go for it, some might not. A lot might not. But I don't
right,
really.
right. And then if they do go for it, it's not even necessarily on you. It's more on them.
It's
Like,
yeah,
yeah, you gave this college kid how much, and you expected him to do right by. Okay, buddy. All
and
right,
yeah,
we gonna see how that work out for you. So we already discussed what you do for fun outside of sports, or at least what you did then. Have you picked up any new hobbies now being in college? You know,
nah, it's really much the same. Just play video games when I get the time.
for sure, for sure, for
Might
sure.
go play pickup or something, go work out or something. But just, I like to stay inside a lot. Like I don't really like going out much, going nowhere.
So
So
you always been an introvert?
yeah,
Okay, okay, okay. I remember from now I could be wrong, but I remember senior night came around and you had a relatively big family compared to the other players. Would you say that you have a big family?
yeah, I have a big family, but I had like two people. I had two people with me on senior night, so like
Mm.
just to avoid all the extra. Yeah,
Okay,
because
okay,
I don't feel
okay.
like dealing with my entire family sometimes.
For sure, for sure. So when you say your entire family, how big of a family do you have?
I got three brothers, two sisters, two nephews, a niece, and I got a bunch of cousins in Mobile, but I got one cousin that stay in Birmingham. So yeah. I
Yeah,
got a lot of siblings and stuff.
that is a big family. That is a big family. So, and where do you fall within that? Because a lot
Second
of people
oldest.
say second oldest. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, 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 okay. So, do you think that played a part in you being an introvert, maybe, or just kind of that's who you are?
I mean, I used to be outside a lot, but kind of like I think I think it just wore off. Like as a kid, I used to be outside a lot, running around. Like up until high school, I stopped really just doing too much.
For sure, for sure, for sure. So to swerve back a little bit more onto basketball, what do you think are your biggest strengths on the court? I personally have a few. Like I think that your presence as a rim protector is very underrated. Which you get your blocks for sure, but I think the stuff that doesn't go on the stat sheet, like seeing point guards come off a screen and drive and then see you and kind of peel back out. Stuff that don't go on the stat sheet. It might be underrated by a lot of people. But what do you think is something that you do that brings an impact to a team that may be underrated of yours?
I say most certainly my defense and my like communication, like being able to tell guys, oh, he cutting back door, go here, go there, watch this. No, don't let him drive baseline. Like I said, I think that's like an underrated part. I feel like it could be better, but a lot of people say it's all right. But yeah,
So with you being introverted and not really somebody that's the first to speak, right? But
yeah.
being a defensive leader like that, what coach would you say brought that out of you to be a defensive leader as the anchor of the defense?
Um, really, it started in like AAU because like it was really like one of those things that just kind of made sense. Like a coach was like, "You the biggest person, meaning you're gonna be in the back behind everybody, and they can't see what's going on. Like you in the back, you got to tell them what's going on behind them." So I was like, "Yeah, that makes sense." Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. Because co from what I saw covering this year, Coach Curry is huge on defensive communication, even from the wings, just letting everybody know what everybody got going on. But I definitely heard your voice for sure, and it led to a lot of steals, led to a lot of blocks. Man, just that communication is key for sure. And but not just a one-dimensional player, man. What stuck out to me looking through your stats was that 16 against Alcor. Did you know that was going to be a special day that day, or
But
was
nah,
this
it
a
was. It's kind of like because like with our offense, we shoot a lot of threes, so it's just like
yeah,
it just so happened like it just happened. Like the guards saw me was getting me the ball, and I was just finishing what they got to me.
for sure? So was it like, did you have an undersized guy on you that
Yeah,
day?
I think
Or-
that was
Okay,
too. I don't
okay,
think
for sure, for
it
sure.
came too many people. 6'10" in the sweat. There's a
Very
couple of them,
important.
but yeah.
Yeah, but when you do run into the matchups, it's always fun trying to see like what well, let me ask you, what's fun about those matchups?
What the even matchups or like the matchups against the smaller guys?
Both.
I mean, with the even matchup, it's like because you can't do moves that you'll normally do against a smaller guy. So like you really gotta like get creative, like see what works. Like it makes you go into your bag really, and
For
like cause
sure.
like they your size too, so they pretty much they know like some like the stuff you know. So like or like it'll more. So like you really gotta like get in your bag and like then on the defensive end, you really gotta like lock into what they doing because they just as big as you. So like you go down, score a hook, they might come down and do the same thing, and then it like it don't matter.
Yeah. So man,
I mean,
speaking of this, oh my fault. What's
oh
up?
no, you good. You go ahead. You go ahead.
But basically, speaking of those post moves, when you say you watch Shaq and you watch Timmy D, who do you think inspired you the most out of those two? Because personally, my dad is a Spurs fan, and I by default was watching a lot of Spurs basketball, and it makes me so upset when people, oh yeah, Timmy D wasn't nice. All he had was post hooks, and like, bro, do you not understand the skill that come with that? So like,
Yeah,
so I'm not gonna tell you to say Tim Duncan, but just who inspired you the most? And then we gonna have a little Tim Duncan appreciation moment at the end.
I mean it was really Shaq because it was like every
Okay.
time he caught the ball in the low post, it was like there's nothing they could do with him. So like he's
Facts.
yeah.
Facts.
So
Facts. Facts.
like it's either gonna be a foul or like an and one.
Yeah, yeah. He literally changed how people played basketball. Teams. I remember. I forget who said. I think it was Richard Jefferson. He said that teams that were playoff contenders that knew they was going to see him in the playoffs would literally release some guys that they didn't necessarily care about and
Yeah,
pick up bigs in free agency because they knew we was going to have to foul and we didn't want people to foul trouble. We'll just have to rotate. Like
yeah.
that's ridiculous. He's changing the way other front offices work. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't think we'll ever see anybody else like him. Besides, or
Nah,
do you think Giannis is potentially something similar to that?
nah, I don't think he's similar to. Well, he might. I don't know.
They're
He
two
say
different
he
play styles,
dominant, but not like I don't
not
think on
like
that
that.
level.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's certainly dominant in his own way, but like I don't think like that.
And speaking of in his own way, he finna have to do it by himself because Dame might be out for the season, honestly, with
Man,
that blood
I ain't
clot.
see that.
Yeah.
Oh
He got a blood clot in his calf. He might be done for the season.
man,
Yeah, sad to hear for sure. So and actually speaking of pro ball, who you like to win the championship this year?
I like the Lakers, man.
Wow.
Got to root for Bron, man.
Nah, for
He
sure.
get
That's
up
my goat too, but that's crazy.
He say, man, we got to root for Bron, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we got the jersey we got the jersey in there too. Trust me. That's the goat for sure. That's the goat. But are you saying that as a Bron fan or like basketball wise?
Bron fan.
Okay. Basketball wise, who you think winning the chip?
I don't know, man.
It's definitely up in the air this year, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I usually try to wait till the playoff to call it. I don't know.
Yeah. It's getting close though. It's getting close. I mean, honestly, the Celtics have looked crazy this year.
Do look good.
Last year, I didn't see anybody beating them, and that's exactly what happened. The Thunder looked crazy. Oh, matter of fact, speaking of the Thunder, who do you think got the MVP this year?
SGA.
So you're not gonna go with the fellow big and Jokic.
I'm going Jokic, man.
Jokic been moving crazy this year.
Yeah, he have been moving crazy, but
30, 20, and 20. Like what? Come on, bro.
I think
Oh,
people try to like paint Shea as a free throw merchant, but they don't understand free throw is part of the game. Like you got to
right.
find ways to get to the line.
And it's not like he get 30 points and 20 of them free throws. Like it's not
Yeah,
like
like
all of his points come from the free throw line. Like you say, it's a part of the game.
yeah,
I would
like he
definitely
got to
like for I would
no
like for
free
some of his
points.
points. What you say?
No free points. I'm trying to find a way to get to the line too.
No, for sure, for sure, for sure. I personally would like for some of it to be a bit more organic. I don't like all that coming off the screen and you put a dude in jail and you waiting on him to come on, bro. Like play ball, bro. Like it gets you
Yeah,
to the line, but play ball, bro. Don't
yeah,
do
some
that.
of that is crazy.
Some of it. I don't I don't know about some of it, but we gonna let it slide. We gonna let it slide. So moving on to the NCAA tournament, man. Who you like coming out of that?
I like Florida, man. They look tough.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They look nice,
Man,
man.
my final, I think I got Florida Duke, and that's gonna be a good one. If that happened, that should be a good one for sure. For
That's
sure.
on.
So I'm guessing the Lakers is your team.
Oh nah, it's Bron. I already, you,
Wherever he go, you go.
yeah, where Bron go, I go.
For sure, you gotta
Yeah, I follow Bron, man.
yeah, you got a transfer application
Yeah.
wherever. For sure, for sure. See, when I was a Jit, that's when he went to Miami, and I just been there since. And we been stinking it up, boy. We finna we finna tank for Cooper Flag, and we not even trying to.
Man, Coop said he finna do another year. Yeah. You see the running back?
Oh, I thought Jit was playing. I thought Jit was playing. I think he. Do you think that's a good decision for him though?
I mean, probably not. I mean, he can go
Yeah,
to the league and make millions, come back. I mean, if he loves the school, the environment, he want the education, then if that's what he want to do, but
the education. Stop it right now,
yeah,
man.
man,
Jit
we
talking about the
student athletes,
education.
man. Student athlete.
You're a student athlete. Do you think that Cooper Flag at Duke is a student athlete? You think he's doing all his work? No slander to Cooper Flag,
Nah, nah,
but I don't think he's stressing about calculus. You know what I'm saying? I personally don't think that. Maybe I'm wrong. I just don't think he's stressing
nah,
about
nah,
class on Tuesday morning. After nah.
nah. I think he gonna go to the league, gonna get his bag, start.
Right, 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 right. But
And I
man,
think he
speaking of,
reclassed to go to college too. I don't know.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I think he reclassed to go to school early.
oh so yeah, Jit need to, man, go and get up out of there, man. Go and get your bread, bro. Go and get your bread. But speaking of getting up out of there, who you like coming out of the draft this year?
I'm not cool. I mean, he really
Yeah,
be
Jit,
hooping. He
he
been hooping.
no, for sure. That Jit Cole, man,
Yeah, man.
Jit
Like,
Cole. I personally didn't believe all the hype, just because if you look at like reports about him, they don't say that any one thing is like spectacular about him. Like just remember like as a Heat fan, I remember when they were talking about like reports of Tyler Hero,
yeah,
exceptional shooter, reports about Bam Adebayo, exceptional rebounder, whatever. You don't really hear a lot about that about Cooper Flag because he's literally good at everything.
yeah,
So you can't say he's just all around great. What do
yeah.
you even
Make
say?
his ceiling high. Like,
For sure, for sure. So like I said, man, I wasn't a real believer until I saw that Team USA. He was going against them dudes,
oh
Team
yeah,
USA.
yeah. For the Olympic team.
Yeah, Jit the truth.
He nice.
Jit the truth. Jit the truth.
I
Uh,
hope you do go ahead and enter the draft instead of going back to Duke.
yeah. I mean, what's gonna be interesting is if they lose. If they lose, then that maybe gives him a reason to go ahead and head back. But man,
I
go
don't
ahead.
know. I don't think nobody gonna let him go back to school when he can go and sign for me.
Yeah, if I'm the coach, bro, I appreciate you. But go
Yeah,
ahead, bro. No, man. No,
yeah. I
man.
don't
Oh,
think they.
speaking of coming back, you heard about Juju?
What I heard she tore her ACL.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Sad stuff, bro. Sad stuff. I couldn't imagine because I thought they was going all the way this year with
yeah.
Juju.
I thought. Yeah, I said
So
UConn might get it now.
yeah, I think so. I think so. I thought that was their biggest threat. Now that they gone, I'm not gonna say they gonna mud stomp everybody because it's college basketball, so anything can happen. But
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much grits for anybody not named UConn for real. You know,
Yeah.
so this gonna be kind of childish, but now that I know you're a Brown fan, I can ask. So
What's up?
this kind of like the childish last question. Cool. If do you plan on having kids?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You do you plan on doing Project Brown with your son?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
6 a.m. workouts.
Man, can't wait till he hit that 6 foot mark. And it's really when he
Yeah,
gets 6 foot, it's really on.
for sure. That's when you ramp it up. That's when you ramp it up for sure. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Well, this is really the last question. Is there anything that about yourself that you feel like people don't really know that you would want people to know more about?
Um, nah, not for real. I don't even want people to know me for real.
Dang, that's a good. Dang, I wish I would have asked that earlier because you don't want people to know about you, but you was you're a regular, like consistent player on a white tournament team. What's the balance like that for being on campus? You already 6'10". People gonna see you.
I
Like,
mean, yeah, like they just. I mean, it's normal. Like I already get to like even if I wasn't on this team, like I still like even if I didn't play basketball, I still get the attention and the questions and the,
the
like
Greg
Utah, how
Oden,
tall
did
are
you
you? Do
play
you play basketball?
basketball?
Yeah, like I get all that anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's pretty normal. Like it ain't
Okay.
that.
Okay. So you adjusted already.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure. For sure. What was that? I know I asked a little bit earlier, but tell me more about like the SWAC experience in terms of like the traveling. What was the food like? Stuff like that.
Uh, it's an experience. It's an
Uh-oh.
experience. It might not be the best one, but it ain't like we end up eating prison meals or something. I'm saying
Okay.
the food was straight. The only I would say the worst part about it is like you got to take a long bus ride coming from Mississippi, like after you just like right after you just played a game. Like that's probably like the worst about it. And then you know how
Okay.
people like nah, that's probably it. Yeah, that's just about it. Them long bus rides and stuff.
For sure. For sure. For
Like
sure.
it wasn't like we would sitting there eating slop for food. Like we
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
food
Yeah. Yeah.
straight.
For sure. For
And we
sure. For sure.
do and they did get us like a bunch of gear this year too. So like we got coats for when we went to Utah and all that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. If y'all got a if y'all got a manager around there that's around 5'10", he don't want his stuff no more.
Yeah.
Tell him bring it around here.
But I see what we can do.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that, man. More importantly, man, I appreciate you pulling up for the interview, man. Really dope talking to you for real. Plug your socials, plug how people can get at you. I know you don't want people getting at you, but you got to, man. Got to.
Hey man, Instagram is JAYYD_4. Yeah, that's right.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate you for real, man.
Thank you
Yes,
for having
sir.
me.